What's up, guys? Yep, I'm back. We have been setting, it has finally cooled down here in Tennessee. We've been setting some heat records for all of the month of September and into the beginning of October. It's been like still in the 90s. And it's finally, dipping down into the 50s at night. And, it's going to be really nice today with like a high of 80. So I'm looking forward to this. And I think tomorrow night it's supposed to get down to like 34. I don't know, maybe fall is finally here. Anyway, I have won a giveaway, plus I've been tagged. So let's just get into these. First, let's just cover the tag. It's a 5-question fall tag. And I was tagged by Lori at Lori Fluffy No Mo. Lori does some keto dieting. She also does some HCG rounds for weight loss. Go check out her channel to learn about that. And she also does a lot of hauls from a lot of different stores. And she does some crafting. It's just a all-around fun channel. Sometimes it's just some car chit-chat. But yeah, Lori's a lot of fun. Go check her out. And I'll put a link up here and in the description below. All right, the questions. Question 1, apple cider or pumpkin flavoring? Maybe I'm weird, but I have never liked pumpkin. And a lot of my family likes it. I have made pumpkin pies for people. I guess I've just had a bunch of bad pumpkin pies, maybe, because I have been talked into trying some that I think they were a little heavy on the nutmeg or something, and and they were good, and I could eat it, but that is just very few and far between. So apple cider. Question 2, corn maze or haunted house? And that's something that has changed as I've gotten older. When I was younger, I loved scary movies, scary shows. I liked haunted houses. I loved to be scared. I don't know. Once I had to be at least 16 when I saw The Exorcist. And when I saw that movie, something deep inside of me changed. And I haven't been the same since. Haven't been right since. And especially movies where children are doing evil things. That I love Stephen King, but Children of the Corn. I went to see that with my husband, and I spent half of the movie out in the concession area. Pet Cemetery. So as I've gotten older, I'm going to say corn maze, and I guess that could get pretty scary if you couldn't find your way out of it, right? Third question. Do you get store-bought or go pick your own pumpkins? I get the store-bought. We raised horses, so we always had the hay and the straw bales, and we could come up with a shock of corn and to do the decorating out in the yard and on the porch. And I don't know, I just always got my pumpkins at and I had relatives that grew pumpkins, but I don't know, I just always picked my pumpkins up at like a nursery. Favorite Halloween song or theme song? I love that song Werewolves in London. And I also really like Monster Mash. And I don't know why it is. I can't tell you what I had for lunch yesterday, but I can remember every word to these songs. Just like the Gilligan's Island song. But that's crazy, isn't it? Question 5. Favorite fall tradition? I always enjoy putting the straw bales out and the corn and the pumpkins and, just decorating like the front porch. I don't really hang stuff in trees or anything like that, but, and I don't really like scaring children. I don't know. I don't like doing that. But now my favorite thing to do is to, take a drive and go and, see the leaves turning color. I live in Tennessee, so go twice a year, spring and fall. In the spring, we'd go to the Smoky Mountains, and the rhododendrons were blooming then. And in the fall, the leaves are turning, and we'd usually go, about now in October. I don't know, I just really enjoy that, just taking a drive and in some hills or some mountains and seeing the trees turning. Okay, now I'm supposed to tag somebody. So I thought, well, let's go outside the country. So I'm going to tag Gareth Breton. Come on, Gareth. You and Gigi do this tag. Gareth's channel is a fitness and diet channel. Very knowledgeable young man. Y'all go check him out. I'll put a link. And then let's go over to the UK. I think they're in the UK. Matt Hall Fitness and Lewis Walker. You guys are tagged. I know Matt is really busy right now, running his gym, and Lewis is in college. I know these guys are busy, but come on, it won't take long. Do this tag. Okay, next. I want a giveaway from Michelle at Life Adventures and Keto. And she gave me a $25 Amazon gift certificate, which I've already put to good use. It came at a good time. Thank you very much, Michelle. Michelle's channel, I think she lives on the Kentucky Lake. And, so there's a lot of fishing videos and just family trips. And she also follows a ketogenic lifestyle. So again, check her channel out. Also, speaking of giving, an odd thing happened Thursday, not yesterday, but last Thursday. My mom and I were in Walmart, and we'd gotten separated, and I was going through the self-checkout aisle, and she was nowhere to be seen. So I thought, well, I can just go ahead and pay, and and I'll just hang around up there. When she comes through, I'll help her. So I started scanning my stuff, and I felt somebody come up beside me, and I turned around and I looked, and it was a young girl. I'm horrible at guessing ages, but I'm thinking, 19, 20, and she said, "Can I pay for your groceries?" And I said, "Pardon me?" And she said, "Can I pay for your groceries?" And I said, "Why, sure. Am I on candid camera or something?" And she's like, "Oh, no, nothing like that." And I'm still scanning, and I said, "Do you mind if I ask you why you want to do this?" And she's like, "I just want to do something nice for somebody today." And I'm like, "Well, that's very sweet, And I'm like, "Thank you. I can't thank you enough." And and I'm scanning, and I said, "Well, that makes me feel like doing that for somebody else." And she's like, "Oh, you don't have to do that." And I said, "Well, like paying it forward." And she's like, "Oh, well, I like that, but you don't have to." And anyway, I wasn't getting very much, but it was $47 worth of stuff. And so she used a card, and she paid for my groceries. And I said, "Can I give you a hug?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm sorry, I may smell bad." Anyway, I gave her a hug, and I noticed there was a young man with a buggy over at the door waiting for her, and he's just smiling real big at us. And she paid, and she took the receipt, and she started walking toward him. And he had a real long beard, long black hair, and I just thought, I wonder if they lived in the hippie community. I don't know if that is politically correct. I hope I'm not offending anybody. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what else to call it. But anyway, I also noticed that the Walmart employees, there wasn't just one, there was two of them up there now, keeping an eye on us. And so after the guy and girl left, I'm still waiting and watching for my mother. And so I went over to the employees, and I'm like, so what was up with that? And I knew they were keeping an eye on us. And the lady said, I don't know. I saw her kind of hovering around you, and she said, I was trying to keep an eye on your purse. I didn't know what she was going to do. You know, she'd been watching you for a while. And I'm like, well, she just paid for my groceries. And she said, I called for a manager and got a manager here because I didn't know what was going to happen. And I said, that was it. She just paid for my groceries. And the lady said, well, they got groceries, but they didn't pay for everything. And I'm like, oh my God, they couldn't afford all their own groceries. And she just paid for mine. And, and the lady's like, oh, no. It was just like a couple of bags of candy that they put back, something that would melt if they're walking. And I'm like, oh my God, they're walking. So, I'm in a hurry now to get outside. If I can give them a ride or something, I will. My mom still ain't showed up. But anyway, the girl just wanted to do something nice. And why is it we can't just, say thank you and, accept their blessing, bless them. And that's the thing. In this day and time, a lot of times I go in Walmart and I am looking around to see if, anybody's carrying a gun. If I think anybody's gonna, start shooting. And yet here, there are still good people in the world that are just looking to do something kind for a stranger, for someone else. Anyway, this has turned into entirely too long of a video. So I'm gonna go for now. Talk to y'all later. Bye.